Did you know your brain processes more data in a single day than all the computers on the Apollo 11 mission combined? Like, by a lot. You wake up, check your phone, get hit with 47 messages, 3 crisis headlines, and some random person on Instagram getting a six pack in 3 weeks while you're still arguing with your fridge light. You haven't even had your coffee yet, and your brain's already sprinting a marathon. No wonder you feel like you need a nap by 9 a.m. Here's the problem, though. We don't know how to rest anymore. We escape, we numb, we scroll, we eat, we binge, we disappear. We lay down, but our mind stays up, thinking, replaying, regretting, rehearsing fake arguments with people we haven't spoken to in years. That's not rest. That's internal warfare in a hoodie and pajama pants. And somewhere along the line, we started treating rest like it's weakness, like it's something you earn only when you're on the verge of collapse, like burnout is some badge of honor instead of what it really is, a warning sign you ignored for 6 months because you thought grinding 24/7 made you noble. Spoiler alert, it makes you tired, cranky, and mildly insane. Let me ask you something raw. When was the last time you rested without guilt? No shame, no, I should be doing something. Just you, existing, breathing, recovering. Real talk. I used to think rest was for people who couldn't keep up. I wore exhaustion like a flex. You know, that I only slept 4 hours last night competition that no one wins? Yeah, I was an undefeated champion. Until one day, my body called it quits before I did. I wasn't sleeping. My chest was tight all the time. I'd stare at the wall like it owed me money, and still, I told myself I just needed to push through. Push through what? A wall? A breakdown? A full-on spiritual collapse in the Whole Foods parking lot? At some point, you have to stop. But stopping doesn't mean giving up. That's the lie. That's the trap. That's where most people get it twisted. Because rest isn't a white flag, it's a power move. It's what the real ones do. The warriors. The ones who know they've got something worth showing up for. You know what a warrior does before battle? They prepare. They breathe. They center themselves. They take a knee. Not to quit, but to charge back in with focus. A victim waits to be rescued. A warrior rests to rebuild. One is passive. The other is intentional. Big difference. And here's something they don't tell you. Sometimes rest is harder than hustle. Because resting means facing the noise in your head without distraction. Sitting with your thoughts without the algorithm saving you. Feeling your feelings instead of drowning them in TikTok loops or late-night cereal. It's confronting the silence. And silence is loud as hell when you've been avoiding it. Let me hit you with a quick story. There's this tale of a lumberjack competition. 2 men, equal strength, equal size. One chops all day, never stops, doesn't eat, doesn't rest. The other takes a break every hour, sharpens his axe, sits down, breathes. By the end of the day, the one who rested chopped down twice as many trees. Why? Because a sharp axe wins, not a busy one. You can swing with all your might, but if your blade's dull, you're just making noise. Some of you are exhausted not because you're weak, but because you've been swinging a dull axe at a forest of expectations, comparison, and people-pleasing, and you're wondering why nothing's falling? Look, I know the world moves fast. I know the pressure to keep up is real. But chasing speed is not the same as chasing meaning. You can run fast in the wrong direction. You can be productive and still be lost. And you can smile while silently screaming inside. That's why rest isn't optional, it's sacred. But not all rest is created equal. There's victim rest and there's warrior rest. Victim rest is scrolling till your eyeballs hurt, eating crap you don't even taste, sleeping 12 hours and still waking up tired. It's hiding from your life. Warrior rest? That's deliberate. That's choosing to put the phone down, go for a walk, journal, stretch, drink water like it's holy, talk to a friend like it's oxygen. That's rest with purpose, with power, with presence. It's saying, I matter enough to slow down. Not because I'm lazy, not because I'm broken, but because I'm building something. And I don't want it built on fumes. And hey, I know what you're thinking. Yeah, sounds nice, but I don't have time. Yes, you do. You just give your time to things that drain you instead of things that restore you. And I say that with love, brutal love. You've got time to worry, time to compare, time to panic scroll other people's highlight reels. So you have time to breathe, to stretch, to heal. The difference is one is familiar chaos and the other is unfamiliar peace. But peace, that's the vibe. That's the goal. And it starts with rest. You don't have to earn your rest with pain. You don't have to reach your breaking point to justify a break. That's a toxic myth, sold to you by a society that profits from your exhaustion. You don't need to prove anything by being miserable. Happiness doesn't need to be deserved. You were born deserving of rest, joy, peace. You just forgot. Or worse, someone convinced you that stillness was laziness. They lied. Stillness is where your soul catches up with your body. It's where clarity finds you. It's where transformation begins. Let me say this loud for the people in the back. You are not a machine. You are a living, breathing, feeling human being. You are allowed to step back, to lie down, to cry, to unplug, to not be okay. And also, you're allowed to laugh, to be silly, to rest just because it feels good. Not everything needs a productivity quota. You don't need to monetize your hobbies. You can paint just to paint, read just to dream, nap just to nap. You want to know what real strength looks like? It's choosing peace when the world demands panic. It's choosing stillness when your ego wants noise. It's saying no to burnout culture and yes to boundaries. It's knowing your worth isn't based on how much you produce, but on how fully you exist. That's warrior energy. That's the move. And if nobody's told you lately, I will. You deserve to rest. Not when you crash, not when you break, but now, today. Before you reach the edge, before your body has to scream what your soul's been whispering. Don't wait until rest is forced on you. Take it like a warrior, on purpose. Like it's part of your plan. Like it's part of your strength. Because it is. And if anyone calls you soft for it, let them. Soft is good. Soft means human. A flower is soft, and it still grows through concrete. A heart is soft, and it still beats 100,000 times a day. You can be soft and strong. You can rest and rise. So tonight, when you lay down, don't shame yourself for the things you didn't do. Celebrate the fact that you made it through a day in a world that pulls your attention in 10,000 directions. That's heroic. Rest like someone who plans to wake up tomorrow and keep showing up. Not because you have to, but because you get to. Because life is hard, yes, but it's also beautiful. And you're here for it. Rest like a warrior, with intention, with love, with the knowing that this pause is not the end of your story. It's the moment you sharpen the blade. The comeback begins in stillness. The clarity lives in the quiet. So breathe, release, reset. You're not broken. You're just tired. And that's okay. Now go rest. Not because you're weak, but because you're powerful and you're about to prove it.